Alrighty, another beautiful sunny day. Here's the old oak tree. Head to the pond here real quick and get ready for my walk. So today's subject is going to be protests in New York and the people protesting not even knowing what they're protesting. What do I mean by that? Well, we'll talk about that. But first, some nice natural scenic views. Beautiful National Geographic wildlife music in the background. Or not. So, the fish are still active. I'm sure I got an occasional duck that pops in here from time to time. But I believe the frogs and the turtles, they have probably buried themselves, which I don't blame them. Cold weather is coming. So today I'm going to, even though it's a nice day to go in the woods, I'm just going to go down the road and see how many betas have thrown their cans out. But let's get in it. So I've been watching all these clips of people doing stupid things over what's going on between Hamas and Israel. And you had some people that were interviewing some of the college students and saying, do you really know what's going on there? And they admitted, no, they really haven't researched it. They weren't even sure about, did Hamas even attack Israel? We really don't know if that happened in that. And I'm thinking, how would you ever write a research paper if you can't do a basic 30-second search? I mean, seriously, 30 seconds is all it would take to get some highlights on what's going on. Regardless how you feel about it, at least have some facts. They're out there protesting, and they have zero facts. Zero. And then you got these idiots tearing down the posters of the people who have been kidnapped. What is wrong with you? I don't care how you feel about it. There's women and children here. And you're tearing down the posters. Why? Did a professor tell you to do that? Did whether Nazi group you're on tell you to do that? If you're doing things like that, that's who you're emulating. Hate to break it to you. You are the brown shirts. Why would you do that? And and people of professional backgrounds, not anymore, because they lost their jobs. Do you understand when you do acts of vandalism? Everybody's got a camera and a news station sitting in their hand. I mean, I don't understand how people would put themselves in that situation to begin with. And why would they be protesting something that, number one, they don't know about. And number two, it doesn't affect them. Once again, I gotta have a cause. I care. Folks, now granted, there are people that it does directly impact. And I feel sorry for it, for both sides. War sucks. And civilians bear the brunt of the suck. Always. It's why most of the time, war was tried to be avoided. Sometimes for too long. It's kind of what got us in trouble in World War II. Is they so much did not want to go to war that they kept trying to negotiate peace and gave Germany time to get even stronger. Let them have land. Peace in our time. Well, it didn't work out that way. Sometimes there's going to be war. And when there is war, it sucks for the civilians on both sides. It really does. But for all you college kids out there making a fool of yourself, protesting something you didn't even bother to research. You didn't even bother to research and to get some information on your own. I think that's the true crime. It makes you so easy to be taken advantage of puppies. Because you take the word of what somebody told you, or you seen a post and you took it as fact. I'm telling you, most posts you see on Twitter or X or TikTok or Instagram or whatever is misleading, to say the least. And a lot of times it's an outright lie. And if you would spend 30 seconds researching it, you would realize it. You know, I follow the governor of South Dakota, and everything she posts is in a positive light. And you got, I better go say hi. You got people that will post lies, and I'll bust them every time. Every time. All right. Puppy break. There we go. The puppy breaks. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Puppy break. Yeah. There we go. What'd you do? Bring me some leaves? Can't do anything with that. Oh. And you got a ball in there somewhere. There we go. All right. But they didn't even bother to research their subject. So I had one, he sits there and goes, oh, HR 3401. You know, it was to fund the border. And all the Republicans voted against it. People are like, oh no. I said, HR 3401, that was passed in 2019. Popped on Google, sure enough. President Trump signed it into law. So I said, yeah, it took all 30 seconds to find out you're full of it. So he snapshotted a vote, and then he added what he said the vote was for. It was a lie. So you have people that do that. They can't stand on facts to make their point, so they invent them. And the problem is, I wonder how many people looked at that and go, oh my goodness, I can't believe the Republicans did that. Well, they didn't. It was a lie. And I find that most of the people that post against this governor, most stuff is lies. Or they're leaving out a lot of the information. And some are just trolls. Some people are just trolls, need to get a life. So before you go out and sit there and get a crowd of 1,000 or more idiots, don't be one of them. You're not changing anything. If anything, you're giving the other side support. You don't realize it. Because people look at you're being violent, you're being misinformed, you're being condescending, you're being disrespectful, you're attacking helpless people. It ain't helping your cause. I'll tell you right now, regardless of which way you feel about these things, that is not the discourse you use. And you got these climate activists that are blocking roads, gluing themselves to the pavement, disrupting traffic and disrupting people's lives. You know, no oil, as they're wearing glasses made from petroleum products. That's oil. As their vest, their bright yellow and orange vest, were made from petroleum products. That's oil. Wearing shoes, that was made from petroleum products, which is oil. Drove a car there. I guarantee it wasn't electric, or if it was, it used oil to get charged, or it has oil in it to protest oil. Starting to sound, ain't it stupid yet? A lot lot of these people are older. Should know damn better. Okay, 90% of what you own is based off petroleum. This phone, based off of petroleum. I'm sure there's been some petroleum involved in making this flannel shirt. I know my shoes were made from petroleum. It's Bluetooth. You had petroleum involved in it. Most of your medical gear, IV tubes, life-saving devices made from petroleum. There you are playing the fool and disrupting people's daily lives because you don't have a life. And that's what it is. You don't have a life, so you have a cause. And you're going to interrupt people who do have a life, who do have careers, who do need to get to work and support their families, who do need to go and buy groceries, get to medical places and that. And you're going to block the road. Well, in Panama, they did it. This old guy had enough. I don't agree with what he did, but he shot 2 of them. Argued with him and shot him. You're pushing society to the point where you're going to get more violence like this. You've crossed the line. You don't think there's going to be repercussions. Well, there is. I don't condone what he did. He's going to go to jail. But I understand how he got there. The reason I do not go to the big city is so I don't have to suffer fools like you. And what I mean like you, if you're the ones that's gluing yourself to the road, which also is a petroleum product. Throwing paint on classical works of art. You know that paint's a petroleum product. You're, I don't know what you call it, being a hypocrite, or you're just not smart. I don't know, one of the two. But what it tells me is you don't have a life. You're not trying to sit there and better yourself. Puppy dogs. Puppy dogs, puppy dogs. They fight when they go to pet them. So, I stopped petting them because of that. Well, the field's been turned over. This is when the hikes get to be less scenic. And that's why I do more of the walks in the woods, but I just been in there, and honest with you, I had to take an aspirin last night to keep my hamstrings from cramping. All that stepping over logs and stuff like that. I got a heck of a workout, which was the whole idea. So this is my main topic, is people protesting. Some of them are in there just to want to be disruptors. And someone's funding all this. I mean, they all have shirts or sweatshirts with the same saying on them. Somebody bought that. Somebody paid for it. That's a lot of money. Transportation was provided, because you can't park that many vehicles in New York City. So somebody bust them in. I know one of the small towns out here, they had a bus show up with some activists, and small town wasn't having it. All of a sudden there's 7 squads down there, told them to get back on the bus, go back up to Chicago, because you're not playing that here. That's what needs to be happening. The problem is the political leadership in some of these areas, Portland, Seattle, Chicago, Milwaukee, have allowed these people to get out of control and told the law enforcement to back off. thinking that if you appeased them a little bit, things wouldn't go south. Well, folks, you couldn't be more wrong. All you did was encourage them. And then we have another guy the other day shot a 18-year-old girl to death. And he had been released twice. Once for shooting 2 people, and the judge deemed him incompetent for trial, so they released him. And he did another crime, and they released him again. And now he's killed another person. That judge could go to jail. That judge's name should be plastered all over that town, and that judge should be charged for manslaughter. And that's how you change it. They're not covering it in the news because it goes against their narrative. But the Highland shooter father is being prosecuted for signing off on the FOID card, lying on it, knowing that his son had threatened to kill members of his family. But he had political connections. He actually had run for mayor. He didn't make it, but he had run for it, so he's in the politics game. So he signed a waiver and allowed somebody to have a gun. By law, Illinois should not have had a gun. And then he went out and shot a bunch of people. And right away, they're calling to ban the guns, ban the guns. Well, then they found he dressed up as a woman. And I think his thinking behind it wasn't that he was identifying as one. He felt, and I think correctly, he'd be overlooked by the law enforcement that was there. He killed a bunch of people. Now they're prosecuting his dad for allowing it to happen. But do you hear it on the news? No. Why? Because it shows if they enforce the laws that we already have, there's no need for any more laws. And they don't want to show you that. They want your guns. Remember, gun control has nothing to do with safety, nothing to do with guns. It has everything to do with control. The reason they don't want you to have an effective weapon, because it is the one thing and the only thing that keeps the government under check. And the way they've been behaving lately, they need to be under check. And he goes, well, we have F-16s. Yeah, well, F-16 has a pilot. And the pilot's probably not going to sit there and attack civilian targets. Not for no damn politician. We have tanks, yeah? Tanks use a lot of diesel. They get a mile a gallon. They're not going too far. Trust me on that. And once again, the ones riding those tanks, most of them are not going to fire on United States civilians. First beta can. I drank Busch Light and I threw it out the window. I didn't want my wife to know. I believe that's probably part of the conversation. Take it home. Now, granted, I haven't found too many, but so when they say, "Oh, 32,000 people that were shot by guns this year in the United States," well, more than half of them are suicide. You don't need an AR or an AK to do that. And half looking at that number, game related. They're not really those law-abiding citizens you might hope they'd be. And then half again of that number is run-ins against law enforcement. So that 32,000 becomes about 5,000. Once again, there's lies, there's damn lies, and then there's statistics. And they doctor numbers. else they don't tell you? Yep, another beta. Same type of beer can. Another Busch Light. They don't tell you it's on average, and they used to post this, now they took it down. 150,000 to possibly 500,000 people's lives are saved by having a gun. Woo. They didn't even have, most of the time they didn't even have to use it. The fact that they had one kept something bad from happening to them. That part they conveniently leave out. Why? It goes against their narrative. I understand when it goes against their narrative, they just don't talk about it. Remember, propaganda is not just what they say, it's what they don't say. So, at least 20 times the amount of people that are killed by guns in the United States are saved by guns. You know, the reason that some of the small towns have low crime is if you realize they come there to beat you. Safe, just guard in a small town, put your guard down. Once you let your guard down, well, bad things happen. I don't know how this video is going to be, or audio, just wind picking up like this. As I'll find out on the replay, I'll just talk louder. Now hear this. So, and then, you know, they try to give you statistics. You're more likely to get shot with your own gun. That's a lie. Now, you need to train with it. You need to act responsibly with it. I taught my children responsible gun ownership at a very young age, and constantly reinforced it. So I never had to worry about them grabbing one of my guns and doing something stupid. Here's what happens is some people have guns and they never show it to their kids, they never train them. One day the kid finds it, has no idea about it, then something bad happens. Education. They used to teach it. You know, back in the 50s and 60s, they taught gun safety in the schools. I was in Boy Scouts. They had shooting merit badges. Many of them. My dad taught me how to shoot. Well, my brothers, we knew how to shoot. Really? An energy drink? You had to throw an energy drink out? You know, carbon's not the problem with the climate. It's people throwing trash out. A5. Not bad, no. It's not really far enough away from town for the bunch of campers through that. See, town is right over there. And that's where the Casey's is, where they buy these drinks. So I'm a real hardcore drinker that's all this stuff up. I get out that way, a little further that way, and you start seeing greater amounts of cans. So anyway, hope everybody enjoys the talks and that. I know it's mostly falling on the choir, but I'd hope that someone would finally check it out. and learn from it. You know, a bit of life. Protesting and stuff you know nothing about. Don't be somebody's useful tool. Alright? Go to college to learn things. Not your professor's twisted political ideas. Anytime you see something online, research it. What do I say? Research it. Problem is they take it for Bible. Even have my own brother, you know, say something. I say, where the hell did you hear that? That's what everybody's saying. Well, that's what everybody uneducated is saying. Now here, let me show you the real news here. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. Well, wait a minute. You brought the subject up. So I think you did want to talk about it. And we're going to talk about it. Because what you're saying is incorrect. Let me enlighten you. And remember who brought the subject up. It was you. It wasn't me. I'm still looking here in disbelief that you said it. Or Bush Light. Oh, the Camel can. What I do is I crunch them and put them right there in the road so everybody can see them. And then once I think there's enough to justify bringing out a bag, I collect them up. So the other day I got a full bag, stuff full. Now granted, a lot of them were ones that were in a ditch here all summer that I just didn't bother to grab at the time. But there was a lot of new ones too. I think I picked up about 3 pounds of cans the other day. You know, about $1.20. Woohoo! Look out. It's another beautiful day to walk. Gotta enjoy them. I'll see how I feel. Maybe I'll do a cooking live stream. Chances are, if I get my trolls showing up, I'm gonna have to put them in timeout. We were talking about that proper nation, and life is too short to suffer trolls. I don't understand why they do that. You know, how they can think acting the fool, I don't know, somehow makes them feel like a man. It's not stuff they'd say in public to somebody. But you know, behind a computer screen, they tend to be a little bit more verbal. Ooh, kitchen time. A hawk. Hopefully I caught him. It's hard to tell. I can't see as well through the phone as I can through my own eyes, so I'm hoping it's there. Coming up to Mud Creek. So yeah, seeing the vultures overhead, that season's over. They've headed south. But you still have the hawks. Hey, he's still out there. He might come back around here in viewing sight. Let's see. See which way the thermals bring him. Here we go. There he is. I got him. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful bird. Ooh, he's moving faster than I can keep up with. There we go. Cool. I like seeing the wildlife when I'm out here. It's kind of one of the main reasons I'm out here. See what flies by. I don't even think I scanned down the creek when I walked by here the first time. Let's see if there's anything here. You still think you could get some ducks, possibly geese. Haven't really seen a lot of them this year so far. And the water's up. Oh well. So, today about a 3-mile hike. Enough to get the blood moving. Get myself active. I'll see what time it is. House. And maybe I'll just do a quick live stream to reconnect with everybody. It's funny, it's the short videos that are now making me the money. And longer videos will not. You see, I'm kind of looking at my viewers if I'm not making this a month. I didn't want to ruin this day. YouTube finds ways of paying you less. I had one good month. And I made some corrections. They accused me of some things that weren't happening. I sent them an email, they never responded. It is what it is. Hope you enjoy these walks I do out here. Let me if you do. Let me know if you do. I mean, I want to go for the walks regardless. Especially when it's nice and sunny. It's about 46 degrees. So, you know, I got my insulated flannel on. Time for me to cook some food. And it's Friday. I did volunteer to work Sunday. It's double time. It's hard to pass by. And wintertime is time to start putting all that OT in. Trying to get ahead of things because in the summer, you know, I like to do outdoor activities during the weekend. I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll get on first shift. And I'll work more overtime because, you know, getting off at 3, still got the whole day ahead of me. Getting off at 11, pretty much my day's over. But, comes with seniority, but I do like where I'm working. It would have to be opened up to probably that furnace. Although second shift is a little bit more relaxed. Third shift even more, but I don't know. A lot of unmotivated people there, which kind of pulls down the motivated ones. But another beautiful day. I'll upload this as a premiere. I will be in chat. Remember to like, subscribe, share, all that goody stuff. And remember, you can buy me a protein shake through PayPal, or you can do it through a super chat. If you're a channel, what I do is all that week I give you a shout out for doing that. And even if I get multiple ones, I'll give out multiple shout outs. I gotta go, puppies. So remember, rest, exercise, walks out in the sun, enjoy life, do things for yourself. Don't be a tool of some political party, some confused movement, or some twisted agenda of college professors. Okay? Be good to yourself. Start enjoying your life, and you'll find out you don't need to be part of a movement. Be part of yourself. Make your movement, make yourself happy. Doing all that foolish stuff is not doing you any good. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.